Hi, and welcome to the Holly C Podcast, a show about expressing your brilliance with ease and flow. I'll show you how to take the woo-woo out of the clouds and apply it to real life for effortless action. This show is for world changers and future world changers, so if you know there's more to life and you're wondering what's next, this is your show. Hi, I'm Holly, your host. I'm a speaker, author, teacher of health, vitality, and spirituality, and also a dragon spirit guide. So today's episode is actually about what to do if you're having a crappy day. Because guess what? I started out having a really crappy day. And now I'm looking back at the past 12 hours and just marveling at how much my mood has changed. And being aware of what I was doing and what I was feeling, and even when I was in a crappy mood thinking, hey, this would make a good podcast, but I'm in too crappy a mood to record it. But now that I've come out on the other side, I just wanted to share with you what I did, because perhaps it can help you turn around your day. So the day started out crappy because of seemingly external things. The new fridge kicked in and I could hear it through the bedroom wall, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is so loud. I manifested exactly what I was fearing, which was a noisy fridge. And so I got on the phone, called the manufacturer, let them know about my concerns, and they're going to send a repair guy tomorrow. But I just felt so disappointed. Not even so much in the fridge, but in myself, like blaming myself that, look what I did. I got this noisy, crappy fridge. And then I tried to talk myself into feeling better. Oh, it's a sound I can get used to. I mean, I've lived in an apartment that had airplanes flying over it. I can adjust to a fridge. So it wasn't just the fridge, it was what the noise represented, which was it would affect how I would record podcasts. Like, I would have to jump through hoops. I couldn't count on my backup location to record podcasts. What was I going to do? Oh, woe's me, right? And while I was going through this, I recognized that it's not about where to record, and it's not about the fridge. So if you're having a crappy day, it's actually about something else. So step 1, figure out what it is that it's really all about. And for me, it's that there's a lot of change going on. And a lot of them are actually good changes, but it's still change, and the mind resists change. So I'm gearing up to launch a Dragon Spirit Circle. I set up a Patreon page for my podcast to ask listeners who want to support the podcast and get exclusive bonus episodes and access a quarterly Q&A call, and also make suggestions for topics for future podcast episodes. I set up a Patreon page. That's change for me, because that's me asking for support. You see, there's like a greater theme going on right now, which is me actually asking for help, not doing everything myself. I will be getting a little more support in the upcoming months. So this is a big change for me because it required a mindset shift. And there's also something else going on too, which pertains to the next book I'm writing, where I also had to make a shift to open up to not doing everything myself. This is huge for me because I've always operated this way for decades. And so with all this change going on, that is what I'm resisting. So there's something going on that you're resisting, and then it manifests as that thing that you see as outside of yourself that is putting you in a crappy mood. Not so simple anymore, huh? Can't blame the fridge anymore. And when you realize that it's not the current thing that you're focused on that's putting you in a crappy mood, but that there's a bigger picture perspective. There's a point where you're pivoting in your journey, and it's scary. It makes your mind uncomfortable, and that is why your mind is manifesting resistance. Resistance can come in many forms: technological issues, things happening in the home, something breaks down, a roof starts leaking, problems going on with your work, projects that make you super busy, a new manager that you don't like, even something as simple as some driver cutting you off on your way to the store. These things are all a reflection of the, let's just call it, turmoil going on in your mind. Ever notice how when you're feeling really calm, peaceful, happy, easy, relaxed, you don't encounter these things? But when you're stressed, you see it more. It's like you attract it to yourself. Yeah, this law of attraction stuff really works. So don't blame yourself. Okay, that's the next step. You recognize you're resisting. You don't sit there and then judge yourself for resisting. You go, okay, this is what's going on. And the one thing you want to do, it's not to try to make yourself feel better, but to go neutral. And it's kind of like you want to do no harm. That's the principle. So do no harm to yourself, do no harm to your life, do no harm to your house if you got to fix something. So when you're in this crappy mood, you do not try to fix whatever it is you perceive as the problem. You're just kind of perpetuating things. You just want to kind of step back and not do anything. Kind of just hold your hands up in the air, not touch anything. So it could be a physical thing, it could be a mental, emotional thing, it could be an interaction with another person. Whatever it is, don't do anything. Just recognize you're in a crappy mood and that it would be best for you not to do anything. So you just go and try to minimize the quote-unquote damage that you could possibly do when you're in a funky, crappy mood. Now, of course, there's reality and you still have to get things done, but what you do is you try to do the things that are, really simple tasks that are not related to what it is that you're feeling crappy about, or those things you can do with your eyes closed that are very simple and rote. So for me, that was not the time for me to be answering emails from students. It was the time for me to do simple things like copy and paste questions from students to put in a Q&A slide deck. Simple stuff that needed to be done that didn't require a lot of energy investment. Stuff that I could do without thinking too much and without requiring too much energy or decision making. And that also had a very low potential for causing impact. So that's what I did. Now, when you can, disrupt yourself too. So rather than keep thinking about this thing that's bothering you, disrupt your routine a little. So I took myself outside for a walk. I was still feeling kind of peeved about the fridge. It was advertised as having this extra quiet cooling mechanism, but it was super loud. And then I started walking. And in a short 10-minute walk, just looking at the horizon, looking at the things in my neighborhood, I started to forget about the fridge. By the time I got back home, I would definitely say most of the crappiness was gone and I was feeling pretty neutral. And then once I was feeling neutral, then I could get back into my routine and feel like I had turned the corner and I had reset my day. So I know there's times where it feels so bad or overwhelming that you just want to go to bed and reset for the next day. I'm telling you, you don't need to waste a whole day. You can reset for right now by just doing a few simple things. 1, noticing that you're super upset about something. And then 2, realizing that it is really part of a bigger picture of the mind's resistance. So you step back and go, what am I resisting? Then you look at that and you recognize that you're resisting And rather than force yourself to try to, break through the resistance, you want to adopt a principle of do no harm. So you step back and you try to do the most menial, simple things that you have to do for the day, not the super complex things that require a lot of energy or emotional investment. Try to start with the simplest things. And then once you get into a groove with that, then you go and disrupt your routine. Go for a walk, get moving, grooving, put some music on. Even if your day is busy, just a 10-minute disruption. And then from there, you can reach a state of neutrality, and then you'll be able to reset your day. And that's pretty much it. So thanks so much for listening to the Holly C Show, Express Your Brilliance with Ease and Flow. And you can find all of the episodes on my website at www.hollyc.com. Thanks for listening. I look forward to reconnecting with you again soon. Bye for now.